Good day, esteemed listeners, tech enthusiasts, and fellow farmers. I'm honored to stand before you today to discuss the transformative power of knowledge sharing and smart learning in promoting environmental and sustainable stewardship. I'm Hatla Johnsen. I'm the CEO and co-founder of the video learning platform uQualio and a farmer. According to the UN Sustainable Development Goal number 4, an educated world requires quality education. And the reason is that education reduces poverty, it increases income, it leads to better health, it prevents inequality and injustice, it drives sustainable growth, and that's what's going to help us protect the planet. And that is why we've come up with uQualio. It's a white label video for learning solution where we make it easy and affordable for anyone to create and distribute high effective video training, no matter whether for private, public, or e-commerce purposes. It's as easy as YouTube, but with uQualio, you know who saw your video and understood the content. And the best part is we make it fun and rewarding to learn and easy to remember. Besides being a video platform founder, I'm also the owner of two beautiful farms here in Denmark with a total of 275 hectares. We grow crops in one third of the property, and we use one third of the property for grazing and biodiversity, and then we use a third for is forest, lakes, and inaccessible nature. Biodiversity is a huge problem in the world, and plants and insects are dying. But did you know that one good cow dung is equivalent to 350 bugs, beetles, worms, etc. And after they have food and a home in the dung, then comes the birds and they spread seeds and then comes more plants. So in some ways, farming is super good for the environment. The urge for environmental stewardship is huge. Nobody can discuss that the climate crisis is a distant threat. It is present and it demands our immediate attention and action. The consequences of the climate change are already being felt around the world, from extreme weather events to rising sea levels. As farmers, we are acutely aware of the changes in the climate for our livelihood and the health of our lands, and we experience lots of heavy droughts where we live. And we also have many floodings. So, on a macro level, we all know that as human beings and consumers, we need to adapt a more proactive, sustainable practice to protect our environment. We all know this to be right, but do you know what you can do to protect the environment? Probably not. And this is where knowledge sharing comes in. Knowledge sharing is at the foundation of environmental stewardship. By sharing our knowledge, experiences, and expertise, and especially best practices, we can empower anyone to make informed decisions that reduce their environmental footprint. Traditional education has often been siloed and inaccessible for the many, but with the rise of digital platforms like the one we do, uQualio, new avenues for knowledge sharing has opened up. We can now have access to a wealth of information and resources at our fingertips by, for instance, adding a QR code to the product or in your environment. This allows people to learn best practice and adopt the most sustainable practice for specific uses of more or less anything. And now you say, why not just write a memo to people and tell them what to do? Well, there are many people out there that are not super good at reading short or long scientific papers and understanding what it is that they should do. So instead, showing them how best to dispose of trash, where to send batteries so they can be recycled, or how they can repair stuff that is broken is super easy with a video because you can draw on the combination of text, pictures, and emotion while explaining, and that just makes it easier to retain and remember new information. And as all of you probably know, we human beings have developed over time by copying each other. Just look at how kids learn. And by digitalizing this peer-to-peer training to a video format, you can enable anyone to see where they need to see it whenever they need the information or to revisit an instruction when they need it and if they cannot remember it. So for many consumers, it is getting increasingly important to know how to ensure sustainable ways, knowing how the product works to ensure correct use, maintenance at the right times, and long product life, both because it's good for the scarce resources in the world. It's also good for your purse and the money that you don't have to buy new stuff, but not least because of the world. Because when we produce new things, then we have to produce it, and that makes scarce commodities. It reduces, well, it removes the many resources. So, and you know what? Even though the thought of this makes, and even just making thinking about this makes me happy as a customer. I've witnessed firsthand how the impact of accessible, engaging education can have on empowering individuals, organizations, and communities to make informed decisions that actually helps us protect our planet. One of our customers specializes in the research, design, development, and manufacturing of products for motive power and tools that maximize the battery performance and product life of these. As they explained to us, they serve a global marketplace from multiple locations worldwide, and they need people to use their products correctly to ensure safety, long product life, and high customer satisfaction so they can get the most from the benefits they offer and continue being customers. Previously, they wrote and provided detailed operators manuals, which were almost never used. It was easier to give the end user a piece of paper than try to teach them how to operate the system. But honestly, that was all counter to the current understanding of how people learn best. So instead, it's a lot more effective for them to use images with explanation, and video is the easiest way of doing this. So now the platform makes it possible for the company to demonstrate exactly how a product is used in real life, which helps users easily learn new skills and review as needed. They also increase in efficiency because of the measured time saved and because of their improved expertise. So starting out using a new product can be daunting, but they experience that giving users access to easily understood product instruction allows them to complete their training at their own pace, and that increases their users' confidence and competences while ensuring correct and long product life and even correct disposal when the product is finished. Here's another example from another customer called Waste Academy. Waste Academy trains people in how to correctly handle and dispose of waste so it can afterwards be correctly recycled. Waste Academy just makes it easy to help anyone get educated about waste, and they can even document their knowledge with the micro credential they receive when passing one of their courses. So nowadays, anyone can embrace the power of smart learning to easily train employees and customers or whoever so you can get them to work sustainable. Smart learning goes beyond simply sharing information. It engages learners in active learning experiences that promote critical thinking, problem solving, and innovation. So with uQualio's video-based e-learning platform, you can harness the power of multimedia to captivate the learners and make complex environmental concepts accessible and engaging. So anyone can try get a free trial on uQualio and design their sustainable use courses for products. So you can help people apply sustainable practices in everyday life operations, for instance, to get your employees to sort the trash right. And when they embrace the learning, it can be made accessible 24/7 on any device anywhere in the world. And this is super important because that means that knowledge sharing and smart learning are not just buzzwords, they're actually essential tools in our fight against a sustainable world. By empowering anyone with knowledge and skills, we can promote sustainable practices and create a more environmental resilient future. People like feeling competent and they like doing things right, but only if it's easy. So I encourage you to join us in this journey towards a greener and more sustainable world, and let us harness the power of knowledge sharing and smart learning to go green. Personally, I can't change the past, but I can create the future. So wherever I go in the world, I try to improve it. I recommend that you also be the change that you want to see, because in my experience, if everybody waits for others to do something, nothing will happen. So this is my motto, and this is what we live by, and this is what we're trying to change with uQualio and our farms here in Denmark. And don't hesitate to link up or reach out if you want to know more.